Hello, hello, hello. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Weekly Korea. I haven't spoken for a while during my New Year's holiday. So, hello everyone. Welcome back to Weekly Korean Live class and my name is Keijin. 안녕하세요, 케이준입니다. And 안녕하세요, 침침입니다. And this is the first live of this year. Yay! Happy New Year, everyone! Thank you so much for joining today's live class too. Cody, fun time. Nisha, Yoku, 안녕, Pura, and Nimisha, Maredi. Oh, it's raining there. I actually really like raining when I'm at home. I like the sound. Okay, and Kim and Sachin, Venus, VRJ, Daphne, Chris, Angel. Hello, thank you so much for joining the first live of this year. I miss you so much. So today I'm going to talk about how to learn Korean faster in 2021 because I know your New Year's resolution is to learn Korean, right? That's why I prepared today's lesson. So before starting our lesson, as Wellington said, Happy New Year! 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 새, new, 해, year. 새해 means new year. 복, 복 means luck or fortune. 많이, 많이 means a lot. 많이 받으세요. 받으세요. It means please receive. So it literally means please receive lots of fortunes in the new year. I hope you will. Okay, Meghna and Maredi, Sprita, Kushibu. Okay, looks like you guys are all ready. Dobby, you're new? New year, new student, new teacher, new language. That's awesome. Disha, thank you very much. And okay, so AK and Mustafa, Honey Grace, Red Rose, 저희문달 on Facebook too. Thank you. Okay, so I have a question for you. Are you ready to learn Korean? Are you? If you are ready, then say 네. 네 means yes. 아니요. 아니요, it means no. So 네 or 아니요. Which one are you? If you are 아니요, I wonder why you are here. So I think everyone is 네, right? 한국어 공부할 준비 됐어요? 한국어 공부할 준비 됐어요? 한국어 means the Korean language. 공부, it literally means to study. So 공부하다 is a verb to study. So are you ready to study Korean or learn Korean? 준비 됐어요 means are you ready? 네. 사무라이 and Nethme, fun time, Evnit, Shuri, Jenny, Kim, Lavik, great, Jenny, 네. Awesome. So before starting our lesson, well, I'm going to talk about a little bit more details about this a bit later. But for those of you who just started learning Korean, the first thing you have to learn is this Korean alphabet. Hangul. We are giving away this free Hangul worksheet. So please check it out. The link is in the description. Again, we are giving away for free. And when you start learning Korean, you will need to do this first. Because think about English. When you learn English, you need to know the alphabet A, B, C, D, right? And if you use this romanization, Korean people like me, native Korean people, wouldn't understand. Unfortunately, sorry. I teach Korean, so I learned the romanization rules, so I understand. But normal Korean people don't really understand. What is this? So please learn the Korean alphabet. 한글. 다프니 great. 네, 한국어 공부할 준비 됐어요. 푸르와 hello 침침. Yes, this is 침침. And Subhash can you tell my name? I'm telling your name. Are you ready? Okay, so those of you who just asked my name, Kushbu, my name is Keijin, and this our co-host name is Chimi, Chim. Okay. So before starting, another start. There's just one common thing that every fluent Korean learner did, which is this commitment. You cannot learn fast if you never start, if you never make commitment, if you never commit. So the thing is, you have to start, you have to make commitment, you have to commit. But how? Ta-da! For example, you can register for a school, Korean school. School in Korean is 학교. But actually, there are many words for school. 학교, if you say 학교, it sounds more like elementary school, middle school, high school, which is institute founded by, set up by, approved by the government. It has that image like 학교. So if you want to say private institute is 학원. So it's private institute. So there are lots of Korean language 학원, right? 학원. Or a lot of Korean language school use this word too. 학당. And put 한국어 학당. 한국어 means Korean language. 학당 is a name for old Korean school. So long time ago, before this 학교, we had 학당, and people learned the alphabet letters here. 학당. So since it's an old word, this is kind of like traditional Korean school. Korean language school often use this word, 학당. So yes, you can register for the school, 학교 or 학원, private institute, or Korean language school, 학당. Or you can even buy a book, Korean language book. Book in Korean is 책, right? You can buy 한국어 책, Korean language book, 한국어 책 that teaches you Korean. Or you can even register for the online lesson, right? For example, Korean Class 101. Online lesson in Korean is 인터넷 강의. Isn't that too long? So 인터넷 강의 is often shortened as 인강. Again, this is a slang word actually, but a lot of young people use 인강 because 인터넷 강의. This is such a long word, right? 인강. Or you can even say online lesson, 온라인 강의, or even 온라인 수업. So there are many ways to say this, but 인강 is very common word. By the way, 강의, it literally means lecture. So it literally means internet lecture. Online lesson is 인터넷 강의. Kim, you study Korean on the internet a lot. That's a great way too, because you can learn Korean anytime and anywhere, right? Going to school is great, but still you have to commute and it's sometimes more expensive than online lesson. So it's a great way. Yes, Prua, yes. Or you can download a Korean learning app. App in Korean is 어플. Can you guess where this word is from? 어플. Yes, this word is from the application, the full English word, application. To Korean people, the word is too long. application. This is how Korean people pronounce application. And we feel this is so long. So we just say 어플. 어플. In English, you just say app, right? App. Korean too, you can also say app. App or 어플. 어플. Both are common words. So you can download the app. There are lots of free Korean learning apps too, like Korean Class 101. By the way, we have an app for Korean Class 101, but the name is not Korean Class 101. It's Innovative Language 101. Because with this application, you can learn 34 different languages: Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Arabic, Bulgarian, Swahili, French, Spanish, Italian, Vietnamese. We have a lot of languages. Of course, we have Hindi too, and Filipino too. So yes, this application is teaching 34 different languages. So if we call this Korean Class 101, then it doesn't make sense, right? So check out Innovative Language 101. It's free. 라딘, that's right. The full form is application. Application. And you are back. Great that you joined it during your school break. Disha, that's right. Innovative Language 101. Mr. Teddy Medbear, thank you very much. So, if you want to learn Korean, the first thing ever you need to do is take action first. Whatever you do, you want to start learning listening, or you want to start speaking, or whatever it is, you have to make an action. You have to take action first. In Korean, 먼저 행동으로 옮기세요. 먼저 행동으로 옮기세요. 먼저 means first. 먼저. 행동. Intermediate word. 행동 means an action, movement. 행동, behavior. 행동으로. It's like English preposition. In English, you have preposition like in, for, towards, to. In Korean, we have particle. So for beginners, this is maybe confusing part because this concept doesn't exist in English, but it's a bit similar to preposition in English. Preposition comes before the word, but particle comes after the word, like this. 행동으로. 으로 means like towards, to. 행동으로 means to action. 옮기세요. It means carry or move. So, for example, I will 옮기다 this pen. I carried, I moved, I changed the position, right? 옮기다, you change the position. Move, carry, 옮기다. So it literally means you have a lot of plan in your brain, right? Okay, this time I'll do this. Move your plan to the action. So 먼저 행동으로 옮기세요. 행동으로 옮기세요 means take action. So you have a lot of ideas, I know that. And take action, do it. So, okay, now I registered for school. I have a book, I have application. So, is that all? So I can be fluent in Korean? No, that's not the everything. So start from there, and the next thing you have to do is set right goals. You need goals. If you just register for online lesson and do nothing, that doesn't improve your Korean language skill. So you need to set right goals to learn Korean faster. 샤비 침침 어디? 침침 is here. That's right. Oh, Yan, you're new student and you want to learn Korean language. That's perfect because today's lesson is exactly about that. And Duffy and Kimgeri and Chari, thank you for your comment on Facebook too. Okay. Oh. Radim, Chinese particles don't work like Korean ones. Exactly. So there are particles in many different languages, and Korean particles are a little bit different or a lot different. We have a particle lessons on our KoreanClass101.com website. So if you want to learn more about particles, check it out. And since it's a new year, a lot of people make New Year's resolutions. I want to learn Korean. I want to speak like Cajun. Or I want to speak fluently in a year. But these goals mostly fail. Why? Because they're too big. The goals are too big and too vague and too unrealistic. Oops. Then what should you do? Then you just need to do the opposite, right? If it's too big, then make a small goal. If it's vague, then make it measurable, visible. Because if it's vague, you don't know if you achieved or not. But if it's measurable, then it's not vague anymore. It's realistic. It's even visible, so you can achieve it. And if it's unrealistic, then make it realistic with deadlines. 다푼이, speak like Taeyong. I want to speak fluently. I know you guys. Labi, yes. I know how you guys feel because I've been learning many languages too. I speak English now, and it was very difficult for me to learn English. Wow. So I completely understand how you feel. And I also speak Japanese, and of course it's a different language, so I felt very difficult to learn it. So, I understand you. We are all language lovers, right? So, what you need to do right now is set right goals. Right goals. 올바른 목표를 세우세요. 올바른 meaning right. 올바른 목표 means goal. 올바른 목표 means right goal. 를 is object marking particle, making 올바른 목표 as an object of the sentence. 세우세요. 세우세요. It means please set. Please set. So it literally means please set right goals. It's a polite way to say set the right goals. So, yes, you need to set right goals. What is the right goal? As I mentioned right before, small and realistic goals. For example, I want to speak like Cajun. That's a great goal too, but it's maybe unrealistic because I've been speaking Korean many years, many decades. And also, can you measure that? Can you see it? How can you measure? How can you know if you speak like me or not? It's not measurable, so you don't know if you achieved or not. So make it measurable. For example, I want to speak Korean for 3 minutes without any dictionary, without checking the dictionary, without anybody's help. Or I want to write Korean and then make 2 pages of book or 2 pages of love letter for my favorite star, favorite K-pop idol. So make it measurable so you know if you achieve it or not. Next thing, set a deadline. Goal needs a deadline. For example, I will write a fan letter to BTS. 1 year passed, 2 year passed, 3 year passed, nothing happened. So if you want to achieve it and make it realistic, these are the very important conditions that you must have for your goals. Small and realistic, measurable, with a deadline. Nishimi, have about learning 2 grammar topics a day. That's a perfect example for this right goal. So I'll show you more examples because if I just say this, you will be confused. Like, so what are the examples? So here are the examples, and before showing these examples, please understand that this is just an example. So everyone has different lifestyle, right? Some people are very busy. I can't make 2 hours a day for Korean learning. So even 10 minutes is okay. Or some people think I need Korean for business. So instead of Korean slang, I need more like business word, formal Korean language. So everyone has different goals, different motivation. So this is not the answer, but this is for those of you who haven't learned Korean and who feel tired of learning easily. So this can be a just example. So please pick the ones that you like, and if you think these ones are doesn't fit your lifestyle, you don't like it, then you don't have to follow it. It's an example. And if you want to have your own curriculum that fits your lifestyle and that fits your learning goals, you can ask your Korean teachers on Korean Class 101. If you are the member of Korean Premium Plus member subscription, then our teacher can give you the advice and even set up curriculums for you. But if you are alone, then this is an example for those of you who are super beginner, who feel tired of learning Korean easily. So, as I always mention, yes, Disha, that's right. There is a test called TOPIK test, which is Korean language test. And if you want to work for a Korean company, or if you want to enter a Korean university, in many cases, you need this TOPIK test. Okay. So let's see the example. So if you haven't learned Korean, the first thing you have to do is learn the alphabet. I'm always emphasizing, and my students, please tell me how easy this Korean alphabet is. I'm not lying, right? Korean alphabet is very easy. So if you haven't learned Korean, please start with it, and don't get scared of it. You can start it anytime. And for some students, it takes just 20 minutes to understand the structure. Of course, it takes time to memorize each alphabet, but it takes just or even 10 minutes to understand the structure. We have the Korean alphabet lesson on our website, but check it out. But for this ebook, it's completely free, so the link is in the description, so please check it out. I'm not lying. Please, my students, please tell me how easy it is. Okay. So for example, if it's January, yes, I want to learn Korean. Then know your motivation. One of the great ways to write down your motivation. For example, I want to understand BTS. BTS always speak Korean. I want to understand that. Because you know what? Army, listen. I also sometimes see the BTS video and the translation, English translation, but it doesn't exactly match. It's because it's a different language. Culturally, it's different. So Korean language cannot always be translated to English exactly same way. So if you are true ARMY, true BTS lover, then you are actually missing some behind meaning. Behind what they actually said. There is more meaning behind what they actually said because there's cultural background, or one word can have many different meanings and they can have like 2 different meanings. So you are missing a lot. So write down your motivation. For example, I want to understand what BTS says, or I want to watch Korean drama without subtitles. I want to work for a Korean company. Write down as many motivations you can, and then whenever you feel tired of it, sick and tired of learning Korean, you can read a book again, your notebook. Okay, this motivation, I know this is tired, but I can overcome it. So this is another great way. And after this, learn the Hangul. We have 하나하나 한글 series. It's the name of the series, 하나하나 한글 series. Check out, there are video lessons with lesson notes, and you can learn the alphabet. Yeah, I got it. Okay, great, Pruwa. Oh, that's true, teacher, right? And then also practice Hangul, the Korean alphabet, with Konglish or long words. You know why? At the beginning, everything is so difficult. You have to memorize the alphabet and you have to memorize the grammar. There are so many things. So some people might feel like, oh my god, I cannot do this. But actually, you already know hundreds of Korean words already. Because in Korea, we use lots of long words. What is computer? It's computer. What is bus? It's bus. Taxi is taxi. What is ice cream in Korean? Ice cream. What is piano? It's piano. What is keyboard? What is keyboard? It's keyboard. What is mouse? It's mouse. Like this, we use seriously a lot of long words, which means you already know hundreds of Korean words. So motivated, and you feel like, oh, I already know a lot of Korean words. And what is Konglish? Konglish is also the English words. English word, but that is only used for, oh my god, my head. Shoot. Okay. So it's a Korean English word. It's the English word used in Korean only. For example, 핸드폰. Can you guess what is 핸드폰? Hand phone. So it's a phone you can carry with your hand. Cell phone. So this is an English word which is only used in Korea. Disha, yes, that's right. Camera is another long word. And coffee, definitely long words. Coffee. So you already know a lot of words. So start learning Korean. It's not difficult. Fixing my head. Okay. And you know some words? Then try to learn some Korean phrases. Common ones. What is hello? Sorry. Thank you. Yes. 안녕하세요. 감사합니다. 죄송합니다. 네. It's not difficult, right? So we have 25 emotional Korean phrases video, so check it out. It's February now. What should you do? I recommend you to take the level 1 Korean on koreanclass101.com. So take 30 lessons. And if you take this, actually, then it will automatically cover this. It will also cover sentence pattern, vocabulary. You will be learning how to introduce yourself. But of course, if you learn this separately, if you have more time, that's great too. But okay, so February you take the level 1 Korean. Level 1 Korean is absolute beginner course on our website. It's March. You keep learning Korean with this level 1 Korean, which covers the vocabulary. You can improve the listening skills. You can also practice speaking too. And also there is lesson also you can read it too. It also explains the grammar. It covers everything. But if you are very enthusiastic about learning Korean, then add these more. For example, you can learn 100 most common Korean words. Does it sound very difficult for you? If yes, actually it's not. If you learn 3 or 4 words a day, you can learn 100 words. So break down the goals. If you make it too big goals, then it's very hard to achieve. For example, I'm gonna learn 10,000 Korean words. It make you very tired, right? But I will learn 3 Korean words a day. It's achievable. How about this? Find 3 language exchange partners. So on the internet, there are many language exchange websites, or you can even find the Korean teachers. Or if you are a fan of a BTS, then you can find another BTS fan, Korean Army, and you can try to talk to them. So find 3 language partners. So, Radim, yes, tada! I do it so naturally. It's April, it's spring. You keep learning, you keep taking 30 lessons from level 1 Korean. So you're almost finishing the absolute beginner course. And your goal, watch 1 Korean drama. So if you watch Korean drama now, you are gonna pick up some words that you were not able to hear. For example, previously you just heard 안녕하세요. I know it means hello, but now you can understand. Oh, 안녕하세요 is a polite way to say hello. And also some people say 감사합니다. Some people say 고마워. 감사합니다 is a formal way to say thank you, and 고마워 is informal way to say thank you. So previously you just hear and pick up words without any background knowledge, but now you understand some structure and pick up some words that you didn't understand, so you will be having more fun. And now you have language exchange partner, like, right? Talk to them every day. Try to text a message or talk to them. The smiley I watch every day. That's great too. But are you also learning Korean? This makes difference. So if you learn Korean and watch the Korean drama, and if you just watch Korean drama, well, it makes huge difference. You are not going to improve your Korean. By the way, you can download this slideshow. So since it's almost time, I will move quickly. But don't worry. With all these goals are written on this slideshow, and you can download for free in the link in the description. May, okay? Now you complete your level 1 Korean. Yay! You're not absolute beginner anymore. So this month, you're gonna memorize some songs or write 100 sentences. Again, if you break down, it's just 3-4 sentences. I'm hungry, I'm tired, but I'm happy. It's 3 sentences. If you keep doing that every day, you will make 100 Korean sentences. June, you start level 2, or you can watch the Korean movie 10 times. Watching the same movie many times is actually very important. You are going to understand even more, and you can even pick up some words that you didn't understand before. You can also record yourself and listen to your pronunciation. July, again, the most important part is you need to have some curriculum like this lesson, or follow the book, or follow the school. You need to have something and then do these extra materials. You need to improve it. You need your core learning materials that you need to follow. You can read some Korean webtoon. I talked about webtoon before. If you don't know what is webtoon, it's a Korean cartoon, and check out my previous video. You can find some recommendations there. And then you can also try to have a 5-minute conversation in Korean. August. Again, you keep learning with level 2 Korean, and you can write a fan letter to your favorite Korean star. BTS, NCT, or Blackpink, Twice. Write a letter. And then if you're the member of Premium Plus subscription on our website, our teacher can correct your love letter, fan letter. So ask teachers. Or you can also watch 10 videos from Korean YouTubers who only speak Korean. September. Now, I believe your Korean level is pretty good. So try to take a trial topic exam. Topic exam is Korean fluency test. So test and then see what is your level. And then also try to leave 20 comments in Korean on social media, like some Korean people's YouTube or Korean people's Instagram, Facebook. It's fine. Try to write something. October, if you are planning to take the topic test, which is usually in November, you will need to practice Korean for topic test and focus on your weakness for topic. And you need more details goal for this. I didn't write on the details because it's very specific area. November is time for you to test your Korean with topic test. Take a topic test. And then the important thing is solve a lot of sample questions from previous topic tests. You can find it on the internet. The topic test, which is organized by the Korean government, upload these questions so you can always take a look. The Smiley 84, you can check out topic test websites, official website founded by the government, and also they upload the topic test examples. And December, by the way, also if you want to have some more advice about topic test, then you can also ask our Korean teachers too. if you are Premium Plus member. And December, ta-da! By the way, by the time of October, you will be finishing the beginner level, so you are now intermediate. With intermediate, actually, you can have the basic conversation. So in December, choose your favorite Korean movie and memorize all the line and try to act too. That improve your Korean dramatically too. So if you don't have any learning materials, then you can check out the Korean Class 101. We can also provide lots of learning materials such as reading, listening, or fun speaking. Check it out. So we also have an app. So thank you very much for joining today's class too. With this goal, I know you're so busy to write down, but you can download this whole PDF in the link in the description. So please check out the link below. You can also download this Hangul writing worksheet too. Everything is for free. Okay, so I'll be back next week too. Next week I'm going to talk about Korean verbs for cooking. You fry, you roast, you bake. You need this Korean verb, right? It's a very important verb for your daily routine. So please join it. I'll be talking about this. It will be January 14th at 1 p.m. in Korean time. So thank you very much for joining today's class too. And love scenario by Icon. That's great too. Disha and Jae Echo, 저임은 다 웰링턴, 다프니, 다이너마이트세, 마셀로, 프루아. That's right. As Prua said, don't forget to like this class if you want me to keep doing this live. 코디, 감사합니다. And 차드라칸, thank you very much for your comment. And Rabi, Kim, Ahmed, Bersha, Samurai, and Juna, 감사해. Thank you to Froly, Marlis. 안녕히 계십시오. You are so polite. Bandan. Okay, so thank you very much. Pura, actually me too. I can't cook, but we need this verb. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Dun, 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 dun.